like the Rokus and TTDs. And so a little bit of a gap down in the market should give us some more range today to play with. And there's also some good earnings plays anyways that we can start to get going. So let's look at some of the two best ones for today. We'll start with Etsy. I think Etsy's got, this is a breakout to all-time highs. If you're looking at its weekly chart, right, you can see like we're entering levels that it hasn't been in the market. When you get stocks that break out to all-time highs, like a Twilio, a TTD, these type of things, they can have room. Now, I don't expect Etsy to move like a TTD due to the float being like 6 times as high as TTD, but it does have that kind of similar setup where if the volume comes in and you stay above all-time highs, you're going to have some room. That's my favorite for today. This FTNW's already got 1.4 million shares in volume. You're starting to see, right, when these little guys run, you're starting to see like millions of shares go off, right? Like you'll start to see millions of shares go off. You can see this one had a lot of room to run, this SIS yesterday, right? Your 200 SMA was like at, $10. It's just been in a straight nut grind for so long. This FTNW has a similar type of look. The caveat is that the SIFS was a Chinese stock, and Chinese has been hot. We don't know too much about what this one's going to be doing, but the volume is there. I'd keep this one on watch list for an ORB or some type of flag. Let it settle out first. AYX on watch. Software application. Software application, which is the hot sector of all this earnings the last kind of couple months. Twilio, TTD, so on and so forth. It's been the place to play. This one is actually going to trade probably. It trades normally like just crap. So I'd keep an eye on this one and make sure that the liquidity is there and that you have a proper setup. I wouldn't chase this thing necessarily at highs if it doesn't have the volume that you're going to need, because it does trade a little bit thin at times. I've got MNK on watch. As long as it holds above this 200-day moving average, if you can hold over the 200 and then build a pattern up, I think you're going to be okay on that one. ZYNE, you got a nice kind of easy-go-lucky flag pattern over here. You got some type of PR out that's gapping this thing up. You don't have a 200-day moving average till 7, so it does have room. It does have room to run. I think that this one has a chance. You'll have to see how much kind of flow comes in. You've already got 1 million shares in volume, so that's your tell, right? The good ones of these, they've been running like millions of shares, straight off the gate in the morning. When you're seeing that, that's when you know, okay, there's some interest in this, right? Everybody's getting involved, and now we can play. GSM, anything, man, it's already fading off. If it can break and hold over 250, I think it's okay. You're already starting to see it fade off, though, so really need to kind of remount that bad boy. Hertz is looking good. You've got kind of a multi-test trend line that's been going back for like a good year. Remember that car, right, which is its cousin or brother, that had its earnings out 2-3 days ago. It had a nice pop. This one could too. It might trade a little bit thick. This float's going to be in the few hundred million, but it should be okay. And then on the downside, we got SMLP and this Medipedi, MEDP. This one's actually got a really good range on it. You may have room down to the 200. The caveat is, of course, gap down plays have not been working very well at all. So it's like not even a focus. It's going to be on one chart in the corner on a random monitor. The gap down plays just haven't been as hot. 2 quarters ago, the gap up play stunk, right? And now the gap down play stink. There's always a shift in sentiment, psychology in the market that indicates, right, what type of plays are working, and you've got to stick with them. Even though my favorite is shorting the gap down shorts when they have bad earnings. If they're not working, they're not working, right? So we want to definitely stick with the upsides. I think then still you want to kind of keep this Roku on list. QRE, this had earnings yesterday. If it can kind of come out of this range, you might start to see this thing attack that 60. You know what? PDD and IQ and some of these Chinese stocks, they got dusted. Hey, Martin, what's up, baby? They got dusted at resistance yesterday. They may come back in a day or two. We'll have to see how it reacts around this level over here. Same thing with IQ. These things are having rest days now. I was not expecting these things to gap up and go green to red, but that's what happened. It really sucked up the life out of these bad boys. They may need like 1 or 2 days of rest. This excess I really like. You had an inside day. You had an inside day yesterday. Now you're kind of gapping out over the ring. So any tap back at the open close to 93, watch for a hold, either at the 9 EMA or 20 EMA. If you get it, I think this one has a shot to get to 100 in the next couple days. Usually when stocks break over 85.90, they always make a run to 100, 120. That's always been kind of the old adage of trading in general. So short watch list, but these couple gappers are going to be the hot ones over here. I've already ranked them by my faves: Etsy, FTNW, AYX, MNK, ZYNE. Had fun in the webinar yesterday. That was awesome. Thank you for everybody coming as always. Let's go do what we got to do. Anybody got any tickers there watching? Sweet. You got, okay, everybody's got the same ones. Sys, HTZ, good, 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 good. Good. All right, folks, I got to run a little bit early right now because I got to go to the bathroom, and it's not a pee.